Hi, I'm Jerry Granata, Brother Educator. Today, I'll be showing you the amazing free motion capabilities on the Brother Quilt Club BQ 2500 sewing and quilting machine. Free motion can also be done on the BQ 3100 as well. With the large 11.25 inches of workspace, you can finish your own quilts quickly and easily, saving both time and money. No more sending those quilts out, you can finish them yourself. Now let's head over to the machine so I can show you how this fantastic feature works. Before we begin, I'd like to give you a brief overview of what free motion quilting is and the foot that is available for this feature. Now, free motion quilting is the ability to quilt by dropping the feed dogs on your machine and freely moving the quilt sandwich under your needle, creating beautiful designs. Now, the designs are not built into the machine, but are created by you as you move the quilt. So the design possibilities really are endless. The open toe or O foot is what is generally used for free motion quilting. It is included with the BQ 2500 and allows a generous viewing area all around the needle. Now, attaching the foot couldn't be easier. Simply remove the ankle, and you're going to replace it with the O foot, as you see here, screwing it into place. Next, we need to set our machine for free motion. So let's head over to the screen. Here we see the main menu on our screen. So all I'm going to do, and this just couldn't be easier, I'm going to press the free motion button on the screen, which is this first blue icon right here. I'm just going to press that. It's going to turn dark blue, which means it's engaged. And if you notice, the foot icon changed. It's letting me know that the O foot, the one I just talked about, is the foot that is needed for free motion. Now, if you look at the foot here, you'll be able to see what it looks like. It is basically a U shape with an opening in the front, thus the open toe. So, that just couldn't be easier. So now what I want you to see is you still have the ability to adjust certain things manually if you prefer. So if you look down here, this one's really important. The tension in the lower right-hand corner, I can still set the tension. Now, as you see here, my machine is set for free motion, but I can still adjust the tension. So what does that mean? That means if I'm using a monofilament or a metallic thread, and I need to lower the tension, this is a perfect way to be able to do that. So for the needle, I'm using a top stitch needle. It's an 8012. It's a good size to start with free motion, and the eye allows the thread to move through the needle freely as you quilt through all the various layers. Now, you could use something higher, such as a 9014 or a jeans needle, or go all the way down to something like a 60. This machine will accept all of those needles beautifully. Now, I've threaded my machine with a polyester thread, 40 weight, and I've matched that thread in the bobbin. So here, I'm going to show you that I have a little sample that I've already created, ready to be quilted. So as you'll notice, I have my backing, I have my batting, and I have the quilt top all ready to go. Now this, I want to talk a little bit about this sample. This sample, this little cute little boat, was created using the Advanced Quilt software. It was so easy to create in that software, and I hope that you will give that a try. Now, the one thing I really want you to notice, and I talked about this in the opening, is the generous 11.25-inch workspace from needle to the body that makes it so nice when working on large projects. And if you'll notice, I have the included wide table on so that any project I work on is fully supported. So let me go ahead and start free motion quilting. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to decide where I'm going to start. And if you'll notice, again, with this generous workspace, my project isn't even touching the right side of that machine. It's just floating beautifully right in there. So I think I want to add some swirls to represent the sky. So I'm going to start at the edge of the quilt. I'm going to hold on to my top thread. I'm going to drop my needle. I'm going to raise the needle and raise my presser foot. And then just give my top thread a little bit of a tug, and up comes my bobbin thread. Now I want to do this so that I don't get any thread nesting underneath. Now I'm going to drop the needle right where it came up, and right where the bobbin thread came up, and I'm ready to go. All I have to do is drop my presser foot, and I'm ready to start free motion quilting. It just could not be easier than that. Brother makes this so easy on this machine. So now all I'm going to do is kind of decide what pattern I want to do. And again, I think I'm just going to do a swirl, and that's going to represent the wind. So I'm just going to start quilting now. Again, I am creating the design here. So this is my own design. And I am very carefully just moving it. I'm moving the quilt underneath the needle. So it's kind of like drawing. And I'm just very easily letting the machine do all the work. Now I can speed up or slow down depending on my technique and the technique that I like. So I can speed up the needle or I can speed up my hands. But this machine beautifully lets me do this. And look how lovely. This is just going right under the needle. All right, so let's say I'm finished and I will cut my thread. And then here we have just a nice little free motion area right there. Isn't that amazing? Look how simple that was. And look how beautiful the stitching is on the other side as well. So beautiful tension all throughout the whole thing. Now I would continue going ahead and filling this whole thing in. And when I was finished, I could have something like this. So I took the block and I put a binding on it. So this could be a mug rug. This would be a quick little gift. This machine makes free motion quilting, and this was also pieced on this machine as well, makes it so quick and easy. I probably did this in a couple hours, and that's it. So if you needed a very fast, quick project, you could go into your advanced quilt software, create a block, put it all together, put it under your machine, and you will have beautiful free motion stitching. This would be a lovely gift. Okay, so let's talk about garment sewers. You're not left out of this either. So, or home decorative people. If you are doing garments or home dec, we have you covered with this machine. The BQ2500 does such beautiful free motion stitching that I want to show you. This is a piece of ultra suede. It's a jacket that I created. This is a piece of ultra suede that I have free motion quilted on. Look at the texture and the beautiful stitches that are created by the BQ2500. Absolutely beautiful. Couldn't have done any nicer work on any other machine. This machine just free motion quilts absolutely beautifully. So again, the large workspace really makes this absolutely easy and beautiful to do. Now, some of you may be asking, well, what about a larger quilt? You did a small project. Well, I have a large quilt here. This is a large flower panel. And look how easily this panel slides, with all of this space, look how easily this quilt slides through here. And even though this is a large panel, look how much room I have to free motion quilt. This is a quilt that I'm working on, all in free motion. And look, even if I wanted to go to the other side, I just gently scoot that quilt. And I am right here. I am at the other side of my quilt. And I have all of that just kind of bunched up right over there into the arm. But because I have such a large workspace, I still have all of this room to quilt with. Absolutely amazing. If you have never quilted or pieced or done a garment, a large project on a throat space this large, it will change your life. It truly will. So look how easily I can move all the way around to any section that I want, just kind of gently pushing this to the side. And then look at the beautiful stitching that's created using free motion quilting. Isn't that absolutely lovely? The stitching was beautiful. It's so quiet. The machine is so quiet. When I'm free motion quilting, I just want to hear my machine purring away. And that's exactly what you get with the BQ2500. So if you have not done free motion, I really encourage you to give it a try with this machine. It makes it so easy and so intuitive to create any design that you have in your creative brain, and it allows you to create it on this machine. As you can see, the BQ2500 sewing and quilting machine allows you to quickly and easily finish your own quilts, garments, and home dec projects with absolutely fantastic results. I'm Jerry Granata, Brother Educator. Thank you for watching.